Hey guys, it is Sarah and I love french fries, reading, and chocolate. If you're new here, hit subscribe, like my videos, it all helps. And don't forget to check me out on Twitter. Today I am sharing a massive, and I mean like massive, and I know a lot of people do like 600 book hauls. It's not that massive, but a really big book haul that I did over, well, it was not really over a couple of weeks, but over like a week and a half plus one trip to the dollar store. So bear with me. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get into this business. Brief disclaimer, there are so many books that I'm going to tell you what it is and who it's by and maybe where it's from or how much I paid for it, and that's going to be it. That's all she wrote because in just one stop, I bought 24 books. So we're gonna clip through these a little quicker than that. So the very first books I want to share with you are from Savers, the thrift store. If you've seen my other videos, you probably know that I'm a big fan of that store. And I got 4 books there, and I'm kind of ashamed. So first book is Dragonfly and Amber by Anna Gabaldon. I can't say her name, but this is actually, I believe, the 3rd book in this Outlander series. I have not read the first ones, but I've been picking them up slowly, so we now have that one. Up next, I got The Girl in the Blue Coat by Monica Hesse. I believe that this is actually a new book because I saw this at Barnes & Noble 2016. So yeah, a pretty new release. So the hardcovers were, I think, $3.75, and then when you buy 5, you get 1 for free. So between all of us, I think we got like 4 free books because I went with my mom and my sister and my cousin. So it was a big ordeal. Up next is The Secret of Magic by Deborah Johnson. I don't really remember picking this up, but I mean, it looks good. The last book I got at Savers was Mind of Winter by Laura Kasischke. I think that's how you say her name. Apparently I have a thing for books set in Russia, but this was published in 2014, so a pretty new release, and it was hardback. So up next, I got some books at our local Dollar Tree, which, if you didn't know, Dollar Tree does sell books. It's not always like a great selection, and it's not usually like a huge quantity. Quite the opposite. Usually it's like Christian romance and, you know, like just weird, obviously wholesale books, but I always look, and sometimes you can find really cool stuff. I actually got 3 books, all hardcover, and they were $1 each, you know, Dollar Tree. So the first one is by Elizabeth Berg, and it is Tapestry of Fortunes, which I thought was a gorgeous cover. Again, it's been so long I don't remember what that was about. Up next is The Girl in the Road by Monica Byrne, which has a snake on the cover and a really unusual color scheme for like adult fiction, so I picked that one right on up. And then lastly, I picked up Sweet Damage by Rebecca James. Again, no clue what this is about, but still, there you go. I'm going to cover a couple of books that I picked up from my local library. We have a book sale room where you can kind of either take a book, leave a book, or make a donation, one way or the other, and that way we cycle through things and make reading more accessible for people who maybe can't afford to go out and buy books at face value. All of the books are either donated or discards, so if we can't use them anymore, then we pass them on, and it's a great way to kind of give back to the community, but the donations go directly back into our pockets so that we can purchase more books. Again, I work at a library, so that's the we and the us and the, you know, weird suggestion. I only have 2 of them here. I know I picked up more than that, but to be completely honest, I have so many books in my room right now, I just like, okay, sure. So the first one is the movie edition of The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. One of my favorite, yet least favorite books ever. I saw it and I was very excited, so I picked it up. If you haven't already read that or seen the movie or know anything about it, it's really intense. and I feel like there should definitely be some trigger warnings. It's just a very graphic and hard to read novel, but it's also very good. The main character was abducted and murdered. She was not the first to be disposed of by this particular man, and it's kind of the story of her passing on and her killer stalking someone new and her family and just like the town and the way everything kind of unfolds. It's really good, very gripping, and very, it's just one of those kind of gripping, heart-wrenching novels, but it's told very well, and I would definitely recommend it. If you haven't already checked it out, I would definitely, if you've got a day and you're in good mental health, then give it a go. Up next, Neil Gaiman, The Graveyard Book. I've never read this. It was in perfect condition. The spine has never been cracked. It's got that really satisfying resistance when you open it. Oh my gosh. I love books. I love books so much. You can like the sound of the paper, can you hear it? Oh yeah. That's a good sound. That's a good feeling. Anyway, this book has never been read. This book has hardly ever been opened. So, got that. I think my donation was about $2. So, and up next is The Never Ending Parade. I think, let's see. Okay, I think I have about 24. There might be one more or less because I did give a book away. These are all from the book sale that I went to that was sponsored by the Friends of the Library organization. In my area, these are pretty frequent, and there's actually another book sale coming up this week, so I may or may not go get myself in some trouble there. But first thing, Ray Bradbury, Fahrenheit 451. Ariel Bissett is big on supporting short books. You can do so much in a short book. You can just accomplish so much and really get so much out of the experience of reading a short book. So every time that I see a classic that's very short and succinct, I try to pick it up, because what if this is my new favorite? What if this packs so much into it that I don't know. The thought is very appealing to me. So 147 pages, I can definitely read that. I can do that. Up next, I picked up Janet Ivanovich, One for the Money. This is from her Stephanie Plum series. I have read these before. They're really funny. I picked it up because it was like 50 cents and I was feeling it. So, there you go. I started out in the mystery section, and doesn't everybody need a little mystery in their lives? So then I stumbled towards the YA tables, and I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I'm a big fan of fantasy / paranormal, like not in like the, like I didn't love Twilight reading it as a big kid, but reading it back in the day, I loved it. So I'm trying to reread some of the books that I liked back before. So I'm revisiting Carrie Jones's Need series, for good kind of suspenseful YA fantasy. I don't know, this is books, I have books 2 and 4, and I scoured the tables for the other ones, but alas, and I know that they were under the table. So like the way it works is, for ours, like the tables are set up completely covered in books, like just like stacked, vertically stacked, so that you can read the spines across the table. And we were in this huge auditorium, huge arena, and there were tables for every genre, just humongous categories, just crazy. So the tables are constantly being refilled, but there's boxes of books underneath the table, and they yell at you if you get in the books under the table. And I knew where there were those, because I had found like a whole series earlier, where there were those, there had to be the rest of the series somewhere, and I just knew they were in the boxes under the table, and nobody came to fill the table. So like the hour that I perused that one like 16-foot stretch, no one ever came. So I never got to dig through the rest to see if it was in there, and I was so disappointed. So I'm satisfied, I'm grateful to have found even just that many. The other ones I can get for free through my library's ebook system, but I like to have books, physical books in my hands, and I'm so disappointed that that's not how this one's gonna pan out for me at this point. but I'm gonna chill out and everything's gonna be okay, and onwards and upwards, y'all. So up next is another YA novel that I have never even heard of, and this is Violins of Autumn by Amy McAuley. I picked this up because I love World War II, and this is set in World War II. I think she's actually, yeah, I don't know. She's like a spy. She's like a spy or something, and I dig that. So, pick that up. At the book sale, hardcovers were $2, which is kind of high for book sales like this in our area. But they had so many books that I was like, okay. So I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 hardcover books at $2 a piece. Like the small paperbacks were 50 cents. The oversized paperbacks were $1. And then they had like multimedia stuff, which was just weird, and those were priced at like 25 cents per DVD. So DVDs were like 25, CDs were like 10 cents. So that was pretty cool. Next is The Trouble with Goats by Joanna Cannon. I've heard good things, and the binding, like the wrap on this book is real cute. Like, look how cute this is. Yes, it's cute. But it's boring naked. I don't know. I get really excited when you find a good looking naked book. Like, The Girl in the Blue Coat. I know this is totally just off topic as you can possibly get, but let me show you. The Girl in the Blue Coat, naked, has like this map print design. And it's black, and it's matte, and it's pretty. Like, it's cool. I wish that their end papers were like the same blue, because everything matches and is super aesthetically appealing to me. I don't know, but that's okay. I guess I forgive them because they paid extra to have that pattern put on it. I can get over the end paper situation. Then up next is My Last Lament by James William Brown. Again, I think this was published in 2017. Yes, so it's a new release. It's in perfect condition and hardcover and beautiful. Then I stumbled into the world of the oversized paperbacks, which I look greasy and I got way too much makeup on, but sometimes you just have to channel your inner like bad girl, and so I'm wearing a leather skirt, which you'll never see, and I don't know, my alter ego, her name is Roxy, and she's real cool. So then I picked up The Good Daughter by Jasmin Darznik. So I'm going to be taking off all these stickers because there's like the discussion and the barcode. I want those off, but they're not on there very good, so I know that I can do it. And then The Space Between Us by Thrity Umrigar. This sounds fascinating. Again, very excited. I was kind of feeling a certain theme. It was like, I don't know, I guess I was kind of feeling the own voices type narrative, and then also like lots of historical fiction, so we kind of got that, and then I got some like nostalgic stuff while I was there. I don't know, it was just weird. So next is Birds of a Feather by Jacqueline Winspear. This sounds good, again, with that historical fiction. This is set in the 1930s. Very excited. And then I picked up The Aviator's Wife by Melanie Benjamin, and this looks awesome. I nearly bought this at Barnes & Noble, and then by some dumb luck, I saw it on the table, and when I did, I like smacked it down and started screaming like, yes! And my mom looked up, and all these old ladies were like, and that was just... Up next is Shanghai Girls by Lisa C. This, again, beautiful cover, historical fiction. Do you see? Okay, so my dresser, so I'm up here, right? Well, my dresser is probably a solid 2.5 feet below my head, so it's like way down here. And you can see the stack of books. It's constantly rising. Up next is The Archivist by Martha Cooley. This one really appealed to me. this one really appealed to me aesthetically, so of course I picked it up, and I paid $1 for it. It has a sale sticker for 60 cents. Disappointing, but you know, it is what it is. And then I picked up The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafon. I don't know. I took Spanish in high school, and the only pronunciation that I can remember happens to be zapatos, which is like shoe. So when I read things with accent marks or that aren't like Bab, Jonathan, Joe Bab, like my brain has like this whole short circuit thing where it's like, and then we're like, I don't know, and it's not good, and it's embarrassing that I can't pronounce people's names, because, you know, incapable. It's fine. Then we have Under the Cajun Moon by Mindy Starns Clark. I didn't realize that this was going to have so much romance. Apparently it says a delicious recipe of intrigue and romance, and I'm like, but I'm not in that mood right now, so anyway, it's fine. And then we're down to the last 3. Aren't you happy? Like right now I've got 23 minutes worth of stuff to edit, and most of it's just crap. So last legitimate book is Murder at Longbourn by Tracy Keeley. I was drawn to this for its cover. Focus, please. I thought that was really cute. It's a mystery. I don't know. We'll see. Then 2 books from my past. So when I was not quite into reading like legit YA, you know. So when I was working my way from juvenile to young adult fiction, I read a lot of really cringy, like paranormal crap. Like way before Twilight was a thing, I was reading this stuff. And like, it's not good. Like, none of this is good literature. Please don't waste your time if you're looking for like a grade A read. Like, this is not that. Some of my favorite books at that time were by Annette Curtis Claus, and then Amelia Atwater. Yeah, Atwater Rhodes. They're both very cringy, very typical, kind of like Sweet Valley High meets paranormal, and then it's like, it's not good. So when I saw these on the table, it's Midnight Predator and then Shattered Mirror, I had to pick them up. And since I picked these up, I requested several of the books by those 2 authors from my library. So since then I've read Silver Kiss, In the Forests of the Night, Blood and Chocolate, and I feel like there's one more. And I've been reading them, and like, these are really crappy, but I love it. So, I mean, kind of like an embarrassing satisfaction from these. These were not my favorite ones. These were just ones that they had from this author, but the author who wrote these penned them like when she was 14. She was a successful author, we'll say that, before I was even in training bras. So, you know, it is what it is. But that has been my whole book haul. So the grand total for this haul was 27 books. And I think I spent a grand total of about $35. Peace and blessings, y'all. Sarah's out.